So how do you actually eat to have high testosterone? That is an amazing question that you could ask yourself because testosterone is dropping 1% every single year. And you've heard it before that your great grandfather probably had the same testosterone at the age of 60 that you do right now. Testosterone is dropping, like I said, at a rapid rate. And the reason why, the 80% of the reason why testosterone is dropping comes down to diet. So in this video, I'm going to go over what you need to avoid, the foods you need to avoid, and what you need to be eating every single day to have high testosterone. So first I want to go over the macronutrient scam. You've seen it so many times before where fitness influencers will try to sell to you that all you need to do is track your macros. And sure, you could have 1500 calories of just pure McDonald's and you will lose weight. However, they don't tell you that you will feel like crap. You won't have any focus, you will feel bloated, and overall your health will decline, which will make you have low testosterone. They tell you that you could have protein bars with artificial sugar, that you could have Diet Coke, zero sugar, all of these things. But you got to realize that that stuff is pure scam. They are making you extremely unhealthy. You have to realize that macros is just one part of the equation. The most important part of the equation is micronutrients. For the longest time, I would be eating McDonald's, I'd be eating Taco Bell, I'd be eating Cheez-Its. As long as it fits in my macros, I'm good. And I still have people that I know to this day that still follow that rule. What they don't know is that they're stalling their progress because they're not making their metabolism healthy. They're destroying it and they're ruining their gut health. Overall, they're making themselves extremely unhealthy, which is why they have low testosterone, which is why it's harder for them to not only build muscle, but to lose fat. I'm going to go over first what you need to avoid. The first thing that you want to avoid is tap water. Now, the reason why you want to avoid tap water is because it has a chemical called EE2. That chemical is derived from birth control. Let me explain what happens. When women take birth control, what happens is it goes through their system and it pisses out. They piss it out. So think about this. Birth control, something that stops your fertility. They take that, they piss it out, and it goes through the water system. The chemical E2 is in birth control. It is so tiny that it does not get filtered out. So what happens is it goes straight to your tap water, you're drinking that, and is absolutely destroying your testosterone. So what you need to get is a reverse osmosis filter. It costs $200 to $300. You install it one time, and it absolutely changes the way that you drink water. Makes sure that you're not consuming all of these BS chemicals. There's so much more chemicals in tap water. So that's step one. Step two is going to be removing seed oils from your diet. So many people are still stuck eating seed oils, and I was part of that for so long because I thought that, it doesn't matter as long as it's healthy. If it's cooked in seed oils, it doesn't matter. I want you to limit seed oils to, if you can, 0 times per week, which is what I am doing right now. But if you want to go out here and there with your friends, with your family, limit it to 1 time, 1 to 2 times max. I say 1 time only every single week, because when you're consuming seed oils, you have to realize that it is staying in your body for weeks and weeks. So if you can't completely get rid of it, but if you're not fully locked in, which you should be, 1 time max. Next, what you want to avoid is soy and flaxseed. The reason why is because soy and flaxseed has been shown to be highly estrogenic. That's why you hear the term soy boy. What does that mean? That means when you're consuming soy, you're literally turning your body into a woman. You have so much estrogen in your body that you're starting to develop like a woman, which is why I had gyno growing up, because I had a diet full of soy. So get rid of that. Never consume soy or flaxseed. The next thing you want to do is get rid of sugar and processed foods. You want to be asking yourself, what is the ingredient list? If it's a whole paragraph, you do not want to be eating that. It is going to destroy your health, destroy your gut, and your testosterone is going to be tanked. And the last thing, now a lot of people are going to be making a lot of excuses for this one, but it is alcohol. You do not want to be consuming alcohol. I don't care. You cannot even consume it at one time. And honestly, same goes with seed oils. If you want to be fully locked in, you just got to get rid of all this stuff, man. I'm telling you, alcohol is highly estrogenic. That's why you see so many people who have a beer belly, so many men over 20% body fat. I promise you, it is one of the most unhealthy. Honestly, I think it's the most unhealthiest drink in the entire world. Has to go to alcohol. And you get so little benefits. Honestly, you get 0 benefits. And a lot of people are going to get mad, like I said, but do not consume alcohol at all. It will stall your progress. It will tank your testosterone. So this is what you need to avoid. Now let's get into what you need to be eating. So the first thing that I am going to go over that you need to be eating every single day is 5 eggs. Now let me explain the reason why. It has around, I think, 180 to 200 milligrams of cholesterol per egg. And cholesterol is a building block for testosterone. You've heard your doctor tell you that cholesterol is bad for you, is bad for your heart, bad for this. Yeah, that's if you're getting cholesterol from unhealthy food like Taco Bell. But if you're getting your cholesterol from eggs, I promise you, you're going to build so much testosterone in your body. Eggs is literally known to be nature's multivitamin. I promise you, it is so good for you. Like I said, 5 eggs every single day. You can even push that up to 10 eggs a day, and you will feel so much better. Your testosterone will go up. The second food that is absolutely necessary is going to be red meat. This is high in zinc, high in creatine, high in carnitine, high in taurine, high in so many minerals and vitamins. You need to be eating red meat once to twice every single day. You cannot miss a day. You need to be eating red meat. It is so beneficial for the human body. Honestly, these two foods is what your diet should be consisting of. This is like 80% of your diet. Red meat and eggs. Do not forget that. This is what 80% of your diet should be coming from. The next thing is going to be healthy fats. You want to be getting fats from avocado because it also has a good source of boron, which is going to help increase your free testosterone. And you also want to be having grass-fed butter. Do not cook in seed oils. Do not cook in, honestly, any oil. Grass-fed butter is the best thing to cook in because you're getting the cholesterol and the healthy fats. And do not have a low-fat diet because when you do, your hormones, thyroid, cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. There's so many things that happens when you have low fat. So you want to have a healthy fat diet. The next thing you want to be having every single day is going to be 2 Brazil nuts. 2 Brazil nuts. Do not have any more and do not have any less. Because when you have 1 to 2 Brazil nuts every single day, you're getting all your selenium needs, and that is going to boost your thyroid, which in turn will boost your testosterone. It helps with your sperm motility, so many things. So eat 2 Brazil nuts every single day. Next, I'm going to go over the carb sources. So what is the carb sources that you want to have? Rice, raw honey, fruit, potatoes. Those are the 4 carb sources, and honestly should be the only 4 carb sources that you get your carbs from. Because this is going to make sure that your body is healthy, is not getting this garbage carbs that's going to make you fat, these carbs that are going to be fueling your training, making sure you feel energetic throughout the day. I highly recommend that you have your carbs pre and post workout so you could refill your glycogen stores to have the most maximum energy in the gym. Now, there are certain types of fruits that when you eat them, you will have higher testosterone. That includes pomegranates, kiwis, and red grapes. Studies have shown that when you eat these fruits, you're going to have higher testosterone. Pomegranates itself showing that if you eat it for 2 weeks straight, you will have a 24% increase. You could have the pomegranate juice instead of the fruit if you prefer that. But when you eat fruit, you're going to feel amazing. The next thing that is in your diet that I want to go over is dairy. You see, so many people are going to sit here and tell you that dairy is not good for you, that dairy will cause skin issues, cause bloating, cause inflammation, that you must completely get rid of dairy. And that is true to a certain extent. You want to get rid of A1 dairy because that dairy, A1 dairy, does cause all of that issues. However, you need to switch to A2 dairy. Only consume A2 dairy. And if you can, consume raw A2 dairy. However, if it is illegal in your state, like how it is for me, sadly, you need to be consuming A2 dairy at least. It doesn't, if it's processed, if it's raw, it's better. But if it's processed, that's the only thing you could get, then get that. But make sure it is A2 because A1 is non-digestible. It is a mutation that happened 1,000 years ago or so and is not going to be good for the human body. Veggies. So this one is going to be another skeptical topic. You see some people swearing by them, some people saying it's not good. Me personally, I honestly don't really focus on veggies. I focus more on fruits. However, there are certain veggies that you could consume that will increase your testosterone, such as garlic, beets, and onions. These 3 are very good. Carrots as well. However, like most of the green vegetables like broccoli and spinach and all these things, they're not really that nutritious. And if they are, they have anti-nutrients in them that overall, it's not going to be that beneficial for you. So don't listen to people who say you need to be having veggies every single day. That is super important. It does have some nutrients, but most of the time your body isn't going to be absorbing it properly. And the last thing that I want to be going over is protein powder. Like I said earlier, many fitness influencers are going to promote protein powders that are filled with artificial sugars, gums, and horrible things for you. I do believe that you should be getting most of your protein from red meat, from eggs. However, I do know it gets tricky, especially when you're trying to get 1 gram, 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So what I do recommend is you get a grass-fed whey protein with zero sweetener, zero anything horrible. If it is sweetened, you want to get a natural sweetener because when you're consuming protein powder with artificial things is going to destroy your testosterone. So have that if you can get it properly from your diet, but if not, then that is the best way to get it. This is something that you want to stick to long term. This isn't something that you want to do 80% of the time and have junk food 20% of the time. You need to be doing 100%, worst case 95% and 5% bad, but honestly, stick to 100% because I promise you, you'll have sharper focus, you'll feel motivated, your testosterone will go up, overall, you'll become more healthy, and your life will become better. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can help you optimize your health. See you.